You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today on our second host call of the weekend, we have 4 more questions. So yesterday, hopefully you tuned in. I went over 4 other community questions and let you know that we have so many questions coming in that I'm going to start doing probably about 4 questions now per weekend host call. And also some of the larger ones will be turned into full episodes. So Chad, your question on coffee, is it good or bad? That will be in an upcoming show in the future. And Fred, your question on coffee enemas will be an upcoming show as well, since I just noticed both of those questions are on coffee, just different ways, right? So the big thing about those is that they're really a 10-minute show. And so any ones that could be a 10-minute show will be stretched out into the future. And for right now, all these questions will just be about 3 minutes long. So let's get right into them. So Chad's question is up first, and he's asking, is it a good idea to empty out contents of vitamins or supplements that come in capsule form into, say, a smoothie rather than consume the vegetarian capsule itself? Thanks so much. Okay, so great question. And of course, if you can do it without the capsule, that's great. So meaning like, let's say you get an adaptogen, meaning like it's herbs like ashwagandha, rhodiola, and let's say what else in there might be like maca powder. Those should all be fine to mix into a smoothie. Shouldn't be able to taste them too much if you're using like a couple blueberries like I do and maybe some greens powder or something like that. But some of the B vitamins, like if it's a really big one or potent one, or iron or something like that, sometimes those are you're going to be able to taste those, meaning like they'll be a little bit more bitter. But my recommendation is if you don't like swallowing the capsules and can put them into your smoothie, fantastic. That's a great way to do it. And with our all-in-one smoothie, they're already combined, like meaning like if you want a multivitamin, it's already in there. If you want your electrolytes, your minerals, your antioxidants, we already add that to the powder, so there's no need to consume capsules along with them. But let's say you're doing something like the Dr. Cabral Detox, and you wanted to take your FM Detox capsules and your IU capsules, which just stands for Ayurvedic Detox capsules, then you were welcome to put those right into the shake as well. Just, the only issue is taste. That's all. Do you not like the taste of them? Because any capsule, meaning like those vegetable capsules that we use are all natural, and they're meant to dissolve very, very quickly. Tablets are a little bit different. Sometimes tablets are actually enteric-coated based and are meant to time release over time. We don't use a lot of tablets because people's digestion system can be a little weak, and so we want them to be able to take it in an easy to digest format. So hopefully that answers your question, Chad. And yeah, if possible, absolutely do empty them into your smoothie if it doesn't change the taste too much. Okay, so Erika is up next. Erika is asking, hi, Mr. Cabral. My dad just recently had a growth on his prostate, which he had surgically removed. It wasn't cancerous, so he thinks he now has nothing to worry about. I am sure our growth is a sign of an unhealthy body and more bad news to come. Is this true? He needs to know this was a sign to change his ways and is very stubborn in changing his diet. He does eat red meat weekly and just recently stopped consuming cow's milk. Please help in persuading him to realize this was a sign. And do you see it as a precursor to cancer from past experience? Is there anything else you recommend? Thank you for all you do, Erika. Okay, so we've got a couple parts to this question. The first is please try to help persuade him. That is something that I am not able to do. If someone listens to the podcast, hopefully long enough, and they start to learn about how everything they do in their life becomes them, right? We are literally and always the sum of all of our parts, everything that we do, every action we take, every thought that we think. We hope to do more positive actions, meaning more better actions as a totality, and we have hopefully more pure positive thoughts. And that's just something that we need to work on. But think about this, Erika. Think about how hard it is to change your own actions, right? And then think about how hard it is then to make someone change their actions who may not even want to change them. Meaning like you want to change your actions and it's so challenging even to do that. Now take someone who doesn't want to change after 50, 60 years or so, and now you're trying to change them. You know, I went through this myself myself, with trying to help my parents. One of the reasons I got into naturopathic medicine is, of course, I wanted to help myself, right? Because I was very, very sick. And then I really wanted to help my parents, who both had an autoimmune-based issue. So that did not go well in the very beginning, right? It took years, and especially as their child, it's really hard to work with family. So a lot of times I try to get my parents to meet with other health practitioners, and then I would give that other health practitioner the plan that I wanted them to follow. But it's challenging, right? Some people don't really want to change, okay? And so if your dad is open to change, absolutely do start with first food. If you can get him to do one smoothie in the morning, remember, that's my biggest thing, and that's why I have my morning protocol. My morning protocol is you do the all-in-one powder. You use the 22 fruits and vegetables powder that we offer online at the store that I don't even talk about, right? I'm a bad promoter in general. And then use that daily probiotic. Or just start with a smoothie. Just start with the all-in-one powder, which is your multivitamins, everything that you need. Remember, men with prostate issues need zinc. They need all of their B vitamins. They need those anti-inflammatories. And this is proven by research. They have to cut down on their meat consumption. It's so great that your dad stopped consuming cow's milk. Now he needs to cut down on that meat consumption. Start to have him have more fish as a transition. Start to have him do more beans. All of those things will help him with that transition. And yes, that morning smoothie, get rid of the heavy foods in the morning, save those then for a little later in the day. Remember, if he only does that, then at least he's changed a third of his day. He's changed that breakfast already, and he has to cut down on the inflammation. Whether or not this benign cyst or whatever it may have been, growth leads to cancer in the future or not, no one knows, right? We don't know. But of course, I do see it as a sign, just like you do, that we need to change our ways. And we can change our ways whenever we decide to make that leap. And my recommendation, start with that morning smoothie. Have him put in whatever he wants. Put in his favorite fruits. Do a little bit of almond milk or coconut milk in the water, and then put in the all-in-one powder. And then after that, again, just put in some coconut oil if he wants. Make it something that he will drink, and we can always make that healthier in the future. So hopefully that answers your question. I do feel for you. I know where you're coming from. I've been there myself. Just keep trying to be supportive. Make the smoothies for him. See if he likes it. See if he enjoys it. Maybe even freeze some. Put it in the freezer if that's the easiest thing, and then put it out the night before in the refrigerator. Let it thaw out so it's already kind of done. You just do whatever you can, and I found that to be a good transition. Remember, it doesn't happen overnight. Just be there to support him, and that's the best advice I can give you right now. All right. Tara, we're up next, or you are up next. Tara's asking, is there a certain amount of carbs women should be eating every day, even if they're trying to lose weight? I've heard you should stick to under 50 grams of healthy carbs for weight loss and none of those from grains or beans. But then I've also heard that women in general don't do well eating under 100 grams of carbs because of cortisol and adrenal factors. What does your experience tell you? Is it fine long-term to eat only non-starchy vegetables for carbs with no grains, rice, beans, or legumes? Thanks. Okay, so, tricky question, right? Because everyone's different. I have some women on 150 to 200 grams of carbohydrates per day, and they're not all vegetables. A lot of them are starch-based. Why? They are an ectomorphic body type men. They may even be a little bit of ectomeso. Now, for an endomorph body type, or what they call the kapha body type versus the vata, I do agree that they're going to do much better in the long term with mainly vegetables and fruit as their carbohydrates. However, 50 grams of carbs per day is so little. That is something I would only recommend in the short term, if ever, and I've never needed it. So just keep in mind, here's a little case study. A woman came to me exactly 4 weeks ago. She had done every different diet. She said, I got results on keto-based diets. I would lose 5 pounds the first week, and then I would plateau. Nothing's worked since then. She's in her early 50s. She's always been struggling with her weight. We had her on a very sensible diet, which of course is my morning smoothie that never changes. That's for everyone. That is for total health. And then after that, we would do lunch. And for lunch, she had vegetables. And guess what? She also got to have sweet potatoes or any root-based vegetables, which would be beets, yams, sweet potatoes, yucca, all that good stuff. Mid-afternoon will be optional, or it would be a just shaken powder water, and that's the all-in-one shake with just water. And then dinner would be vegetables, and it would be healthy fats, and it would be a lean protein, whether vegan, vegetarian, or animal-based. And she lost 13 pounds in 1 month. Never been able to lose weight successfully, only been able to, on a keto-based diet, to lose 5 pounds. All of a sudden, she goes on health. Now, keep in mind, she did use nutritional supplements along with a plan and those things like that, and that just came with her consultation. But that is not a low-carb plan, right? That's probably around 100 grams of carbs, maybe 150 a day. I do agree that going below 100 grams of carbs per day will slow your thyroid in a lot of women. It will cause additional cortisol response because of fight or flight based response, thinking your body is starving. So not a great idea. So if you're going to do 100 grams or less per day, I would highly recommend a cheat meal once a week of a high carb cheat meal. So again, this is individualized for each person. If you'd like, you can certainly talk with myself, or you can talk with our nutritionist, and our nutritionist will be able to walk you through my exact plan and weight loss. It's something that we do all the time. We do Skype consulting internationally, all over the world. I've even worked with translators in the Middle East and other places as well, and that's been fun too. So Tara, it's a great start. I just gave you basically the plan I use with a lot of people, and it works fantastically well. So I can't talk about this any longer because, again, it turns into a whole episode. But the difference is this, Tara. Women are missing micronutrients, not macronutrients. So many women and so many people and so many gurus and experts talk about how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein you need per day. That does not matter if your body is missing how many grams of vitamins and minerals and electrolytes and all of the antioxidants that they need. Their body is starving for nutrition, not for calories. If you keep that in mind, you'll understand why a morning smoothie with an all-in-one powder works so well. And for $2 a day, it is the least expensive thing you could possibly do in your life, and it will turn your life around. You just go to dailysupportshake.com. If you don't want to get the support shake that I recommend, that I use myself, that I recommend for my family and my wellness clients, that's okay. Totally understand. Just go to the website, see what I use, and then buy a brand that you do like. So again, you can use whoever you want. Just understand what I'm doing and why it works. It's so important to understand why I'm doing this, okay? And again, this is after really experimenting with everything over 20 years. This is what I've chosen. I've used it now for 4 years. Nothing beats it, and I test things out every single month. All right, Chloe is up next. Sorry, little rant there. Chloe's up next. So I started using pure magnesium oil spray and got an itchy sunburn-like feeling from a few sprays on both arms and legs. I couldn't wait to wash it off! Apparently, this reaction could mean a magnesium deficiency. Wondered what your intake or what your take is on this, and should I stop using it? Thanks, Stephen. All right, so Chloe, this is not a sign of a magnesium deficiency. It is not. It is an issue with the magnesium oil spray. So keep in mind, remember, you can get magnesium in all sorts of different ways. Internally, you can take magnesium carbonate, which is garbage, basically. You can take magnesium glycinate, which is fantastic. You can take magnesium citrate, also great. You can take magnesium malate, good for energy and calming. So you can use magnesium so many different ways. But when you apply it on your skin, it is magnesium chloride. Keyword chloride. What is chloride? Sodium chloride. Chloride is half basically like salt. So think about this. If you were to go in the ocean, take a swim in the ocean, come out, don't towel dry. After about a half hour, when your skin dries, you have salt basically on your body. Your skin gets itchy, right? Yes, absolutely. Magnesium chloride, or this magnesium oil spray, this transdermal spray, can be fantastic. However, a lot of people who have more sensitive skin do react to it, and it burns the skin. It's salt. Salt in a high concentration will burn. So just keep that in mind. It's not you. Nothing's really wrong. What you could do is you can mix it with a little bit extra water to dilute it a little bit, or you can mix it with a little bit of oil, and that will work as well. So you can absolutely continue to keep doing it. You could do magnesium sulfur or sulfate, which is Epsom salt baths. You could get it in that way, or you could just start taking it internally as well with magnesium citrate at night before bed, or magnesium glycinate with dinner or during the day and before bed as well. So hopefully that answers your question. There's nothing wrong with you, in my opinion. Now, could it be a magnesium deficiency? Absolutely. But 9 out of 10 times, it's a reaction to having salt drying on your skin. Hopefully that makes sense. This was a great question. And again, I just know these things because of experience. That's really all it is. And I'm happy to share my experience with you. If not, I'll always do the research for you. I will look up the answer and then I will bring that to you. But I'll always tell you that this has happened to a lot of other people in my practice, and it is because of that salt basically on the skin. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another Cabral House Call. Love answering your questions. Always happy to do so. And I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow on our Motivation and Mindset Monday. Do tune in for that. It's going to be a great show. Have a great rest of the weekend. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.